In the heart of New York City, under the dim, flickering streetlights and amidst the cacophony of distant sirens, a sinister plot was brewing within the shadows of an abandoned warehouse. The air was thick with tension as Dominic the Snake Falcone, the ruthless head of the Falcone crime family, orchestrated a clandestine meeting with his most trusted lieutenants. Whispers of a mole within their ranks had reached Dominic's ears, threatening to unravel years of meticulously planned operations. The warehouse, an eerie relic of the city's industrial past, seemed to hold its breath as Dominic's cold, calculating eyes scanned the faces of his men, searching for the betrayer. As Dominic began to speak, his voice a low, menacing growl, the door burst open and in walked Tony the Fixer Marino, drenched and clutching a blood-stained envelope.
A collective gasp filled the room as Tony, with trembling hands, revealed the contents. A list of names, dates and locations, all linked to their operations, and all leaked to the authorities.
Suspicion quickly turned to chaos as accusations flew and Dominic's grip tightened around his pistol. The atmosphere was electric with paranoia and fear, every man questioning the loyalty of the others. In the midst of the pandemonium, a gunshot rang out, silencing the room instantly. There at the back, slumped against the wall, was Vinny the Rat Russo, a look of shock and betrayal frozen on his face, a smoking gun in his hand. Tony the Fixer Marino, always the sharp-eyed strategist, noticed something peculiar about the blood-stained envelope.
It was marked with a symbol, a small, nearly imperceptible emblem of a hawk, the signature of the elusive and feared assassin known only as the Hawk.
The realization hit Dominic hard. This was not just a betrayal from within, but a coordinated attack involving outside forces. Meanwhile, the storm outside grew fiercer, and the distant wail of sirens grew louder, suggesting the police were closing in, tipped off by the same mole who had sold them out.
Secure the exits and prepare for a hasty escape.
But the sound of tires screeching to a halt outside signaled it was too late. In the ensuing chaos, the warehouse doors were kicked open, and masked figures armed with automatic weapons stormed in. A fierce firefight broke out, bullets ricocheting off metal beams and crates, the air thick with gunpowder and desperation.
Hold your ground, men. Take them down.
Dominic, always the survivor, moved with lethal precision, taking down several attackers while shouting for his men to hold their ground. Amidst the gunfire, Dominic spotted a familiar face. Carlo the Ghost Ricci, a former ally thought to be dead, now leading the assault against them.
Carlo, you traitor!
You should have seen this coming, Dominic.
The battle raged on, the stakes higher than ever.
We gotta move now. Cover the boss. He signaled for a retreat to a hidden tunnel beneath the warehouse, a secret escape route known only to a few.
Tony and a handful of survivors covered their retreat, laying down suppressive fire as Dominic and the remaining men made their way to the tunnel. The underground passage was narrow and suffocating, the walls damp with moisture and the air thick with the stench of decay. The sounds of the battle above faded as they descended deeper into the labyrinth, but Dominic's mind raced with thoughts of betrayal and revenge. Emerging into the night through a concealed exit in a derelict alley, Dominic regrouped with his battered crew. He knew they needed to act swiftly. The authorities would be on their trail, and the betrayal had to be avenged.
Contact our allies. Mobilize our resources. We prepare for a counterattack that will send a message to all our enemies.
As the rain continued to pour, washing away the blood and grime, Dominic's mind was a storm of fury and resolve. The Falcones would not be brought down so easily, and the city would soon tremble under the weight of their retribution. In the days that followed, Dominic and his men struck back with a vengeance. Safe houses were raided, informants were rooted out, and the streets ran red with the blood of those who dared to cross them. The Hawk, Carlo Ricci, and anyone associated with the betrayal were hunted relentlessly.
No one betrays the Falcones and lives to tell the tale. Tighten our inner circle and double down on security measures.
Dominic, now more cautious than ever, tightened his inner circle and doubled down on security measures. The war for control of the city's underworld had only just begun, and Dominic Falcone intended to emerge victorious, no matter the cost.